Good evening. On paper, only about 1,700 people live in the town of Marinesco, Michigan. But half of those people are inmates at the Ojibway Correctional Facility. That prison is just a few miles from the Wisconsin border and near Presque Isle. Marinesco's population is about to get a lot smaller, though, with the prison set to close on December 1st. Newswatch 12's Rose McBride joins us live in the studio with details on how that closure could affect the town. Rose, good evening.
Lane, losing a prison and having convicts move out has a different reception than you might expect. It's terrible news for the town. When I talked to people in the UP, they all mentioned the devastation that would follow the prison closure and are hoping to reverse the state's decision.
In Marinesco, Michigan and the surrounding towns, you can't go anywhere without running into someone you know.
When I go to the grocery store, it doesn't take me 20 minutes. It usually takes me a good hour.
That's something that drew Crystal Suzik and her family to the area.
I love the communities. I love the people.
But in the coming years, that might all disappear.
We feel that we got a raw deal.
On August 14th, the Michigan Department of Corrections announced it will close Ojibway Correctional Facility. The minimum security prison, which opened in 1971, will close December 1st. That means more than 200 employees, including 19 from Wisconsin and Suzik's husband, will be out of their jobs.
It was a plain disregard for us, honestly.
The announcement came as a shock for some employees and their families. But former Captain Lou Boetto had a bad feeling for a while.
I had a hunch. It seemed like they were hunting us for the last couple of years, trying to close us down.
Boetto recently retired, but he still has friends and a son who work at OCF.
From what I'm hearing, most of the people are going to move, and they're going to take their families with them.
But it isn't just the families of employees who feel the weight of the closure.
The prison closing will have a big economic impact on the town. People are concerned that buildings like the convenience store, the fire department, and town restaurants are all in danger of shutting down.
All of these people who are, I think, probably between the ages of 25 and 50, who are not going to be in our society anymore.
The area isn't new to economic hardship. In 1995, a copper mine closed in White Pine, about 40 miles north of Marinesco, which took away jobs that people in the UP relied on. OCF is just one of several recent prison closures in Michigan. Due to a drop in the prison population and low rates of people reoffending, OCF will be the third prison to close in as many years. Michigan Department of Corrections Public Information Officer Chris Gotts said the decision to close a prison is always a tough one, but the DOC needs to look at the needs of the department and the availability of programming at facilities.
Things like mental health classes, things like substance abuse, sex offender programming. These are all really high need, in-demand programs for our prison population.
Gotts says these programs can't be offered at Ojibway because employees don't have the proper certification or schooling, meaning very few inmates can actually be placed at OCF.
Really, the only people that can go to Ojibway are individuals who are low need and don't have mental health issues, don't have substance abuse issues, aren't sex offenders.
Gotts said the prison is closing. The decision is final, and the community should direct its efforts elsewhere. But Suzik, Boetto, and the other OCF supporters want to bring in more programming and aren't going to give up until the last bus of inmates leaves the facility.
I'm not going to give up. Not yet.
I'll tell you what, I'll go down fighting. Until December 1st, I'll keep fighting.
Current OCF employees have the option to transfer to other facilities in the state, but the closest prison is nearly 100 miles away in Baraga. That means families will move away, further devastating the area.